formal study in any discipline of art. A graceless dancer afflicted with bad eyesight. I may not be the perfect author for an essay on no drama. Fortunately, this is no essay but a string ball of idle thoughts. Well, Bill, you miss every shot you don't take. You know, they're all idle thoughts, and that's what attracted me to Bill's writing when I first read Poor People back in 2008. It was just so pure and genuine. And, you know, like, I mean, my reading tastes have changed over time, but that really hit me. He had me at the first paragraph. And it was never really the subject matter that pulled me into Bill's writing. It was just his just endless curiosity about anything. When I talked to him, it was the same thing. He just wanted to get to know people, what they did, why they do it. He didn't want to understand it. He just wanted to explore it more, investigate. What better subject than the most notoriously cryptic form of theater in the history of the world? I'm not kidding. Have you seen a no play? Not very accessible. But I don't want to go on and on about no. I've performed in a Kyogen play. Y'all can look it up online. I'm wearing a hakama. Shoot me. But so back in 2008, I read Poor People for the first time. Like I said, was just totally sucked in. And I was working in the publicity department at Powell's Books in Portland, Oregon. And there was a very like grassroots kind of blue collar thing going on at the bookstore there, in that, you know, if we expressed interest in wanting to start a dialogue about a book that was coming out, or, you know, just talk to someone about it, there was that possibility. It was there for everyone. And I think that's something that, you know, was very much in the tradition of why we're all here, why we're all talking about these different books that Bill wrote that moved us in different ways. That whole event changed my life. This was my first publication ever. I did not think this was going to happen. Professor Lukes just pulled it out of nowhere on the internet, let me know about it 10 years later, and I was like, yeah, sure. I'll also come to New York. So I just asked someone in the publicity department, can I get Bill in a room, talk to him before the event, you know, about no theater. Little did he know that I was as much of an earnest Boy Scout as far as research was concerned as he was. And he was, so I got the interview together. It was going to be published on Powell's. Little did I know that one of my coworkers, it's not working. I'm just going to talk.
I think it is working.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're louder.
This is also a first. So who joined him on that day was one of my old coworkers, his ex-wife Paula Caith, who was sort of sorry,
You don't
thank you.
have to eat the thing. You can be like 8 inches back.
Yes, thank you. This is Paula. She joined us for the entire interview. I did not know why. I did not know who she was, what she was doing there. Afterward, I found out who she was, and I was totally cool with it because she was actually sitting in on the entire interview and just listening, and, you know, and interjected a few times, shared her thoughts, but it was so genuine. I mean, I finally got this thing together with a guy who wrote for the New Yorker, Harper's Magazine, and I was just some random alcoholic at a bookstore who wanted to do a thing, and finally got to do it, and there I was, you know, in a room with him after having stayed up all night drinking way too much, and fucking someone in a car on the street outside of the bar I was drinking at, which I think would be very much in the Vollmann tradition of things to do for the evening, or rather things that Bill would have liked to have done that evening. But man, seeing that thing come out in print and just like, I wasn't. I mean, obviously, there was an ego-driven part of me that was like, oh, yeah, I finally got my voice out there. But also, just, we had this dialogue about no theater, something that wasn't really touched upon, something that a lot of people don't know about. Maybe we can make it more accessible to people. And I think that's what Bill wants to do always and constantly, and with very general questions about human nature that people just don't want to touch. That whole interview, me being here right now, sharing my experience with Bill, with all of you, I mean, that has changed my life. I know I haven't really spoke much about no theater. I'm not going to. I've done it so much, and it's like Vollmann said, it's like reading the libretto of an opera without actually seeing it. Go to Japan, I guess. Thank you.